Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Bitcoin on the daily, trading at 9,200 right now, not doing too much since the halving. We saw that Bitcoin did get rejected at that $10,000 level of resistance a couple of times now since the halving, really trying to pierce this, really trying to go above 10,000, which is roughly, let's call it here. I'll just put my cursor, there's about 10,000, which is already a resistance level from back here in February. So what's going to happen with Bitcoin and how are we going to see alts move? XRP right now trading at 0.199, so just shy of 20 cents. And we're seeing the same pattern. But is another alt season upon us? Can we make some money with alts before a big Bitcoin pump? Well, I saw this article here from the Daily Hodl. Chorus of crypto analysts predict the start of alt season as Bitcoin consolidates around 9,000. So as Bitcoin bulls and bears slug it out around the $9,000 price area, a handful of widely followed analysts say they believe that an altcoin season may be on the horizon. So this is from 4 different analysts suggesting that there is a altcoin season around the corner. 4 different analysts suggesting the same thing, that we are going to see an altcoin season in the near future. So in a recent tweet, crypto strategist Crypto Ed NL told his 92,000 followers that while he's been bearish on altcoins since the 4th quarter of 2019, he has now changed his stance. Okay guys, is what he says. Okay guys, I've been annoying you all since October saying no altcoin season, but yet this is how the altcoin season starts, ready to rumble. So he gives a chart here demonstrating that. Shows some points here with some arrows demonstrating some lows before we could see a pop for altcoins. Also, crypto trader Don Alt is on the same page. The crypto analyst paints 2 favorable scenarios for altcoins depending on how Bitcoin trades. So he says, let's say Bitcoin goes on a run and the alt to US pair bottom is probably in. Let's say Bitcoin goes down, the alt to BTC pair bottom is very near. Alts went down 99%. I wouldn't be surprised if they retraced up 50% of that. Technical analyst Rect Capital echoes Don Alt's sentiments. The trader says that Bitcoin's halving hype is over and that altcoins are carving a local bottom. So Rect Capital says altcoin dominance is reflective of market-wide shedding in valuation in altcoins as investors chase the exponential Bitcoin rally ahead of the Bitcoin halving. So this is an interesting point here. Let me bring up Bitcoin dominance on the chart. So that is BTC.D for those of you guys interested in that. And so dominance has been up and down and up and down. This is old stuff here. Let me get rid of that. We saw Bitcoin dominance go up pre-halving, and now we're starting to see it come back down again. So this is where we are here on the chart. Guys, this was mid-February when we saw XRP hit 34 cents. Then come right back down again. So alts have kind of been going up and down, up and down. Now we're seeing the dominance come right back down again. So that's all a good sign. Right up here at the top when Bitcoin dominance was at about 73%. That was kind of an all-time high for Bitcoin dominance. And the trend, as you guys can see, the trend has been going lower. We've been making lower lows and lower highs since September 2019. So what could that mean for us? So the trend is going lower, as you guys can see. Is the trend reversing? Are we going to continue making lower highs or higher highs? How is this all going to shake out? The Bitcoin halving did certainly have something to do with it. While other analysts see altcoins bottoming out, Trader Galaxy believes that alt season is already in progress, apparently. Altcoin season in progress, we're 5% there, so the next 95%, who knows how high we can go. Guys, I will link this article in the description for those of you guys interested in altcoin season. If you do hold alts, if you are trying to kind of gauge the market, see where we're going next. When I found this chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart, BTC.D, I found this really useful if you guys are trading alts and if you wanted to kind of judge where Bitcoin dominance has been, where it's going in the future. Just to put things into perspective here, this was the altcoin rally of late 2017 when XRP really pumped up in those last few weeks of December and into the first week of January 2018. You can see a lot of alts really did push. Bitcoin lost a lot of its dominance, and then we started seeing Bitcoin slowly move up. Now we're starting to see the downtrend for Bitcoin, so let's keep an eye on it. And remember I mentioned this movie in a video I did, Monero Means Money. So if you guys are interested in watching this crypto documentary, Monero Means Money is now available for free on YouTube. This was the movie that made it to #1 at the box office because we were in a pandemic and because no major Hollywood releases were being shown at the theater. So MONERO Means Money, #1 at the box office back a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And now, guys, it's available for free on YouTube. If you guys are interested in that, I will link this tweet in the description. I'm sure you can get to the documentary from there. I'm gonna keep moving along though, guys. Mac Attack on XRP posted this. Ripple XRP blockchain-powered Xendpay facilitates fee-free transfers for key workers. So for transfers between April 3rd, 2020 through to June 3rd, 2020, Xendpay offers no transfer fees and no limits for transfers as a mark of support during the unprecedented time of all UK key workers. Thus, the transfers were made fee-free. The Xendpay website reads, Ripple, in partnership with Xendpay, will waive transaction fees to help ease the impact of the beer flu for key workers. Ripple provides the technology for secure, faster, and more affordable international payments. Ripple retweeted the Xendpay tweet, which reads, Xendpay and Ripple have partnered to waive transaction fees to help ease the impact of the beer flu for UK key workers. Thank you for all your hard work and support during this unprecedented time. So Bhavin Vaghela, the global head of strategic partnerships, expressed that they were happy to partner with Ripple on this. Marcus Treacher also tweeted out, it's important more now than ever that the industry comes together to make remittances more affordable and reliable. Ripple is proud to partner with Xendpay to help ease the burden of those who are in most critical financial need. Now, guys, this is a win-win for Ripple if you haven't figured it out already. Xendpay and Ripple are offering fee-free services to essential workers in the United Kingdom. What does that do? It gives the service exposure. It allows workers to use the service fee-free. And when this pandemic is over, they might remember that and continue using Xendpay for quick and easy, fast cross-border payments. So it's like free promotion in a way. Not only that, it doesn't really cost Xendpay, nor does it cost Ripple much of anything to allow this promotion to exist. It's kind of like with MoneyGram. What was that other company the other day? I think it was MoneyGram, who was offering cross-border payments and waiving the fees. This is a customer acquisition strategy for these companies in order to get more people on RippleNet, to allow people to utilize, experience the technology, really get a handle on it, really understand how transformative it will be. You cut fees for now, and if these guys are smart, and I keep saying this, add a fee that's reasonable enough for people to still want to use the service without being like, well, I'm not paying that. This is how these companies are going to retain clients. And so I'm sure they have professionals at the helm working through this. But right now, Xendpay and Ripple offering fee-free services through until June 3rd, 2020. I also saw this, guys, from Jack the Rippler. Boom! AIKON CEO Mark Blinder says in an interview that projects like Ripple, XRP, Tesla, and AIKON are more sustainable than Bitcoin. So don't know if you guys saw this. In a recent interview with Ripple's CTO David Schwartz, AIKON CEO Mark Blinder discusses ecosystem sustainability. Blinder makes a distinction between projects that are sustainable and their opposites. In the former, Blinder puts Ripple, XRP, AIKON, and Tesla, and Bitcoin enters the second category due to Bitcoin's high energy consumption related to mining. So he argues that projects with low sustainability are an obstacle to mass adoption for cryptocurrencies. In that sense, Blinder said that Ripple's XRP and Tesla exemplify how a sustainable project works. Tesla, according to Blinder, has managed to build a product and a good user experience that is still environmentally friendly while maintaining high quality. Guys, this is going to be the future for many successful businesses, I think, moving forward. I think that environmentally friendly initiatives, while still maintaining ease of use and customer satisfaction, are going to be key. So, for example, as Mark Blinder says, Tesla and Ripple, because both of those products are superior in many ways. And not only that, they are also environmentally friendly within their industries compared to their competitors. They go on a little bit here about how Bitcoin mining is environmentally unfriendly. And then they talk a little bit down here about the study done by the University of Waterloo's Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, finding that XRP is the most environmentally friendly digital asset, and for that reason concludes that the asset will have a greater adoption in businesses, as we're already seeing. So great article here outlining the obvious, but really kind of giving some context to it. Companies are already going more environmentally friendly, and more emerging companies will have to be environmentally friendly and sustainable in the future, I think, in order to be successful. I mean, the world isn't getting much better, and we do have to protect what we have. So, boom, AIKON CEO stating it. This is great for Ripple. and great for XRP adoption. This is also happening here. So Ripple triggers crypto whale alert, moving 50 million XRP in a single transaction. So traders are tracking a large crypto movement from Ripple, which sent 50 million XRP from one of its wallets to a separate wallet of unknown origin. And what they're suggesting is they were sending it to a wallet owned by the payment startup or to an anonymous wallet, indicating the movement may be Ripple selling some of its holdings or funding an initiative through its development arm Spring. The cost of the transaction was less than a penny. Amazing. This is just it, right? You can send 50 million XRP for under a penny. Going back to that first story I was talking about, this is why Xendpay and Ripple can thrive. They can have their cake and eat it too. And it can only mean good things for remittance companies in the future. Anyway, going to continue with this. Spring committed 500 million in XRP to more than 20 blockchain-related companies. All right, and then they go on to talk about XRP sales, so on and so forth. So 50 million XRP transferred again. That is 9.7 million US dollars transferred from funding wallet one to an unknown wallet. You guys think there are more OTC sales happening? Investors wanting to get in? Investors calling up Brad Garlinghouse being like, hey man, I need more XRP. I hear what you guys are doing. Set aside 50 million XRP for me. Or is it an exchange? Is it a company who will be using XRP for real world utility? Interesting question, interesting to speculate, of course. And XRP is getting listed here. Go2 Exchange runs on Ripple. So Go2 Exchange is an international payment service created by R2D2HK Limited, a money service operator regulated by the Hong Kong Customs and Excise Department. So Go2 supports two kinds of payments, business and individual. The individual Go2 Pro, meant to provide simple and fast cross-border currency transfer, runs on Ripple. So Go2 Pro allows its users to send money at home or on the go through the Go2 app. Users can send money to 200 plus countries and territories around the world, to bank accounts, mobile wallets, or for fast cash pickup with a few taps. So we got Go2 running on Ripple, another one from XRP Arcade. This is Leonidas' site, guys. Crypto company founded in 2011 adds XRP. So blockchain.com is a crypto company helping millions across the globe, from single individuals to the largest institutions, and they have an easy and safe way to access cryptocurrency. Some of its products include its wallet, an institutional portal for markets, a venture capital fund, and an API service. And guys, now they are listing XRP. On May 21st, it announced the addition of XRP to its trading platform. At the time of writing, XRP is paired with the Euro and the USD. So on blockchain.com, you can now trade XRP as a base pair. And as I keep saying, you know, we've heard of all these exchanges adding XRP as a base pair for many fiat currencies. This is because during the next bull run, we are going to see massive amounts of cash flow into the market, more, I think, than the 2017 bull run. And so when we start to see people trading, seriously trading, we are going to see XRP volume rise, and it'll make this pump look like a pittance, okay? This was when XRP reached all-time highs of about $3.30 some odd cents, depending on which exchange you're looking at. But the fact that we are continually seeing more exchanges adding XRP as that base pair is really going to be, I think, an ace in the hole. I think more cryptocurrency investors are going to realize this is the best cryptocurrency to cash out my Bitcoin with, for example, and they will transfer from BTC to XRP, then to fiat. So more volume through XRP will command a higher price once we see more people using it. And if I were the head of an exchange, what I would put right on my website, especially during a bull run, is don't want to wait long for your money to transfer? Why don't you trade through XRP? It's faster and cheaper than trading through Bitcoin. Now, I know there is probably a very loaded political statement with what I just said, but realistically, that is the fact of the matter. Why wouldn't these exchanges want people trading through XRP anyway? It is cheaper, and the exchange sets the price of what they charge for each transfer, so they'll be making money either way. It's a win-win for them too. Anyway, that's my 2 cents there. Guys, I saw this from New Creation Capital, and I thought this was really interesting. This article is bigger news than you think. So this is with regards to JP Morgan and how they say that US power is at risk from central bank digital FX. Let me go up here. So JP Morgan says central bank digital FX is in danger to US power. As the ideas of central bank digital currencies start to gain traction, the US in particular needs to pay attention or risk losing a major aspect of its geopolitical power, according to JP Morgan. There is no country with more to lose from the disruptive potential of digital currency than the United States, analysts say. This revolves primarily around the US dollar hegemony, issuing the global reserve currency and the medium of exchange for international trade in commodities, goods, and services conveys immense advantages. So what they're saying is, we have an advantage right now. The US dollar could be in trouble if other countries issue digital currencies. Namely, I think what's on his mind is China. Overall, there's a reasonable case to be made for central banks to introduce digital currencies, the analyst wrote, though they're unlikely to have the transformative impact some have hoped. So here's where it gets really interesting down here. JP Morgan doesn't see the greenback being toppled as the world's reserve currency anytime soon, but the analysts wrote that more fragile aspects of dollar dominance, including in trade settlement and SWIFT messaging system, could be at risk. So trade settlement, that is really important. Even an aligned power like the European Union might want to reduce US sway over global payment systems, the analyst said. So fragile aspects of the SWIFT system, including trade settlement, well, that can be solved with Ripple and XRP. Also, the European Union wanting to reduce US sway over global payment systems. We've heard ECB President Christine Lagarde talking about the level playing field, and could XRP be utilized there? Of course it could. And this is just what JP Morgan's analysts are saying here. But when you listen closely, you really hear the fine points. They pointed to SWIFT suspending access to some Iranian banks in 2018, which arguably might have been a violation of EU law. You also have Mark Carney, the head of the Central Bank of England, urging Libra-like reserve currency to end the dollar dominance. If other countries were able to circumvent the SWIFT system and the dollar's dominance, it would be much more difficult for the US to carry out its goals in sanctions and terrorist financing enforcement, the report said. Offering a cross-border payment solution built on top of a digital dollar would, particularly if designed to be minimally disruptive to the structure of the domestic financial system, be a very modest investment to protect a key means of project power in the global economy. So, a cross-border solution built on top of a digital dollar? How that could benefit the United States? Well, we know Ripple and XRP exist. Is this all just a rhetorical article? Because we know what's coming down the pipe. Are they saying these things to kind of set themselves up for what's going to happen next? Will XRP be that intermediary cryptocurrency that will help ease the pressures of the financial system, where everybody can be on a level playing field, and instead of a marketplace relying on the US dollar for trade finance, they could be relying on a cryptocurrency that has value around the world because people will be using it around the world, namely XRP. So thanks so much to New Creation Capital for posting that. And did you hear David Schwartz's response regarding the Euro USD XRP corridor? Here's what he said here, guys. This is from Anders Lundberg at X__Anderson on Twitter. So if ODL is already doing 1.5 million in a day in the European USD corridor, then that would mean that there is no need to slowly increase the volume in e-liquid corridors to target the more liquid corridors later on. To me, that seems pretty critical. He starts the tweet thread off with that. A few people responding here, namely Agent at Agent Smith V3, in a liquid corridor, they can ramp up easily without slippage, especially if volume is high and constant. In e-liquid corridors, especially if volume isn't high 24/7, they need to start slowly, low volume to avoid slippage, and pick their time frame and then build 24/7 volume. Michael Abernathy, though, asks an interesting question, and he never said a word since Ripple stated that they have a production corridor for the Euro USD. David Schwartz, care to comment on the corridor? I thought it was liquid enough, and it would be the last corridor you guys targeted. And David Schwartz responds, I didn't think it would make sense in corridors that are already so efficient and liquid, but we have customers who say the speed and availability at all hours during holidays makes it useful to them. So you guys remember, Ripple's plan was essentially to target those e-liquid, exotic corridors, as they mentioned. Well, now there's a production corridor for Euro USD, and everybody was kind of scratching their head as to why that was the next corridor targeted. Well, David Schwartz says essentially customer demand has kind of allowed Ripple to rethink their strategy and maybe open up bigger corridors sooner. More demand equals more utility, and more utility equals more liquidity. The more people using the corridors, the better, and eventually XRP will gain traction. So essentially customer demand, even though the corridors Ripple thought were already fairly efficient, could be more efficient. The people using the Euro USD corridor proclaimed what they wanted and Ripple delivered. So what do you guys think about an altcoin rally? Are we going to see that soon? Is BTC dominance going to continue to go down? How far and how fast and how long will it take alts to rally? And who's going to be watching this Monero Means Money documentary? I think I'm going to try to carve out some time today to watch it. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.